out of all the things that are going right in dirt, it is hard to ignore. I mean, the TVs, the radios, everybody pushed this Chicago NASCAR street race onto us. I don't think I went to Taco Bell. I went in and got obviously they got the new volcano menu, had to try that, but hey, we replaced the seasoned meat with some black beans, kept it a little healthier. But hey, anyways, I'm in there and I'm hearing about the damn street race on the Taco Bell radio. All the damn TVs, they're pushing it up, they're propping it up, they're doing all they can. And you look at it and you're like, why are they even doing this Chicago street race? Why are they making it a big deal? Now, if you go and look at statistics currently in America, the youth of America is not interested in NASCAR, but they seem to be pretty interested in Formula One. In fact, I would say there's probably more youth interested in sprint car and dirt track racing just because social media and the rise of the internet has allowed us to spread our form of motorsports, which is possibly the most entertaining form of motorsports in the world, to new people. But Formula One, because of the reality TV show, not their racing. The racing is horrible, possibly one of the most boringest forms of motorsports in the world. So that makes you think, are people really interested in exciting forms of motorsports, or are they more interested in watching glorified characters? There's a lot to be said. That's a very loaded statement. But at the end of the day, to me, it looked like this Chicago street race was to glorify NASCAR American racing in a scenario and scene that was very similar to what you get at a Formula One race, similar to the Miami scene. Street race, paddocks, groups of people watching. And it was kind of NASCAR's, closest representation to what Formula One is, to try, and in my opinion, to try to allure to these groups that are now all of a sudden tuned into Formula One racing action in that kind of scene. Now, the funny thing is, as much as NASCAR is having an identity crisis with who they are, what they are, unisex bathrooms and everything else for themselves, at the end of the day, God literally was trying to say, bad idea, guys, be what you are, good circle track, short track, mile and a half racing, draft track here and there, and literally rained all over their parade that they were trying to attempt to have, to the point they shortened the Xfinity race to 25 laps and allowed Cole Custer to get a win. And then rained pretty much. They moved the race up on Sunday, apparently. That's what people were saying, at least. And rain was stopping the race, and they get the race finally going, and it was so sad to see them try to mask the low attendance. They were like, look at them, sometimes 5, 6, 7, 8 deep of people, and they're showing like a group of maybe 50. And then they're up on a paddock. This is the most amazing view I've ever seen. Oh my God, the skyline. Well, I could go see the Chicago skyline any time of the year. I'm here to see a damn race. What are you talking about? And they showed all these people, and there was like 8 people up there paying an extraordinary, crazy, illogistical amount to watch the race. And it wasn't even a race, to watch the cars go by. And then the biggest backfire of it all is in this situation where they're trying to glorify NASCAR American stock car racing and their drivers and their talent and their people, and reach this new fan base that needs to respect American talent, because there's a big F1, our worldly talent versus your American stuff. They have a foreign racer come in and win the first try on the track and in the cars. Shane Van Gisbergen, which is pretty interesting of a name. I'm used to SVG from the basketball world, but this guy comes in. He literally destroyed him at the end. Was running away. So it's just very entertaining to see how their extraordinary plan, in my opinion, to counteract what Formula One's doing to the American public. They do all this, and they have a guy come in and embarrass them. So the notion, the idea behind respecting American motorsports on a street race course, get some fans in there, the youth, bring in this F1 community, show them how good American racers are, completely just backfired in their face. You got Bubba Wallace spinning out on his own. People driving into tire barriers. The slow motion with the water coming out of the tires was pretty entertaining. But this guy comes in with his bad teeth. He gets out of the race. He ain't got the pearly whites like all the NASCAR preppy boys do. He's got just regular teeth. Shane Van Gisbergen kicks their ass. Shows the world that worldly talent is better than you NASCAR Americans. And it just completely backfired on NASCAR here. This may be the nail in the coffin for them completely. And this guy, in a way, cherry-picked. I mean, in a way, he went to NASCAR. I mean, if you're going to come to America and race the premier drivers of this country, you need to get into a sprint car or a late model. And funny enough, he does race sprint cars from time to time amateurly. He did not enter the Eldora Million, which is $1 million to win sprint car race coming up in just a few weeks. He's dodging the real competition of America and cherry-picking NASCAR as far as competition is concerned in my book. And at the same time, if NASCAR is worried about their American dominance, they had yet another sprint car driver come into their series and beat them. First time, first try. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Now, I'm not coming at this from the perspective of, yay, we got him. I'm not coming at this from the perspective of, you turned your back on your hardcore Confederate flag wavers. But this is karma. This media image you tried to protrude in this and literally got slapped in your face 3 ways from Sunday, on a Sunday, is karma. You turned your back on your entire fan base that, you can say fly Confederate flag. I don't think all of them do, but your hardcore value of what you are, amazing action on moderate to large circle tracks, you've completely abandoned in it. You've ruined the race car. You put the damn number on the wrong place, trying to literally be V8 supercars or IMSA. You've completely exiled yourself from the loyalty that you actually are. And you're trying to be something that you're not. And you're trying to just hold on to anything you may have left. And this was your last little hoorah throw to the end zone. And you got embarrassed in front of the world. So now you definitely don't have the best race car drivers in the world. Not even the best stock car drivers in the world. And at the same time, if you're worried about the threat of circle track, dirt track racing that's on a rise of popularity, and you're worried about being IndyCar in the 90s and we're the NASCAR in the dirt world coming to take you over, he's also a sprint car driver who's also dodging the Eldora Million and cherry-picking you. This is like the greatest form of karma ever. And hopefully a lesson for NASCAR. They need to put the numbers back where they belong. Maybe trash this car. It was a good try the next gen, but let's go back to a real stock car. I think the Cars Tour's possibly going to overtake the asphalt circle track scene very soon because they got the best race car drivers in the country, and they actually look like a traditional NASCAR vehicle, the bullet cars. And just don't forget where you come from. You really just got a big, nice slice of humble pie, and I hope you learn from it. I really, really do. And y'all can try to mask it and say you got people 10 deep and show 50 people and look at this beautiful view with 8 or 9 people up there. That's not where your fans are. That's not where your loyalty is at. That's not where the heart of your sport is. What happened in Chicago was literally ripping your heart out and throwing it on the ground. I could have said that to your fan base prior, and it's only happening to you because it seems like it's slowly occurring in front of your face. You need to really think about what you're doing. This isn't a political stance as much as this race seemed to be. This is about loyalty and devotion. And you are slipping and sliding down the wrong path in those two character-defining definitions. And you got a nice slice of karma for trying to do that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I think of the whole situation. The old guys that come over here, they try to be F1 and show the greatness of American race car drivers in stock cars and these American vehicles, and they got embarrassed by a fucking V8 supercar guy who drives sprint cars part-time. On the heels of the Eldora Million that he is more than likely not going to enter because the competition level is just a little higher on the dirt ovals of the American soil. What do y'all think, ladies and gentlemen? Leave a comment below. I'm interested to see some replies on this. Like and share it as well. Get it out there. And as always, be sure to subscribe. Hopefully everybody likes the new background, and we'll be seeing this a little bit more in the future. But until next time.